San Antonio, Texas. And the main event of that fight will be for the IBF Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. First, we introduce the undefeated champion, originally from Kazakhstan, now fighting out of the mean streets of Beverly Hills, California. Making his first title defense, here is the defending and undefeated IBF Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, Sergey Lipinets.
Obviously, you know we're going to talk about that the fight was rescheduled. It was actually going to take place this week.
And pound for pound, great. Undefeated at 37 wins, no losses, with 30 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the undefeated three-weight division champion of the world, Mikey Garcia.
Okay, so it was postponed because Sergey Lipinets had some type of hand injury, whatever the case may be. It was really swollen and it looked bad. They postponed it a month. It was supposed to take place this week. Right now, it's 11:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, February the 6th, 2018. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This show is called TstreeT Controversy Live, and we cover every single major fight live. So it's taking place on March the 10th in San Antonio. I'm going to post the details for ticket information, the updated ticket information, and the new venue. It's supposed to take place in the Alamodome, but, you know, they had to move it because of injury. Nonetheless, Mikey Garcia is going to be going for a championship. He's been champion at 126, 130, 135, and he's going for an official championship at 140 pounds. Even though he beat Adrian Broner and won that WBC Diamond Champion, the WBC Diamond Championship is weird because it's a belt where it's supposed to be over the main championship, but depending on what the WBC feels like doing with it, they can make it a novelty belt or a mandatory. So, for example, Jorge Linares is the WBC champion at 135 pounds, but he was elevated to Diamond Champion because he was injured. So that's why Mikey Garcia also has a WBC title. Even though both of their titles are official, Jorge Linares is, in my opinion, or according, to the rules and everything, the recognized WBC champion, even though he's the Diamond Champion, even though Mikey Garcia is too. The WBC had ordered them both to fight. Mikey Garcia informed the WBC that he wanted to fight Jorge Linares in the summer. And basically, for those who don't know, he's playing the I'm promoting myself deal really, really well because he's supposed to be allegedly rumored. I don't understand why people saying that I'm saying this shit like it's true, but it's been heavily rumored and talked about in boxing that Mikey Garcia is receiving a huge payday on top of his purse. So, for example, casual fans don't know that boxers receive what is called back-end money or, extra money for fighting certain fights, whatever the case may be. In this case, it's rumored that Mikey Garcia, for example, you're going to hear that Mikey Garcia on paper, his purse will be something like $1 million or $1,002,000. I'm not saying that's the actual number, but follow where I'm going. Think outside of the box. And it's being said that he's going to receive, something like another $2 million for not going over to HBO and fighting Jorge Linares. So it's being said that he's making $3+ million to fight Sergey Lipinets. You see what I'm saying? But he's informed the WBC that he wants to fight Jorge Linares in the summer, after this fight. Now, Jorge Linares seems to already have other plans and been hinting at the fact that he wants to fight Vasil Lomachenko next. And then Mikey Garcia afterwards at 140 pounds. So it's a very, very, very confusing situation. Both sides, Jorge Linares, Sergey Lipinets, and Mikey Garcia all have options. In this case, Mikey Garcia first must get past Sergey Lipinets. Remember, Mikey Garcia has been knocked down in lower weight divisions to where Sergey Lipinets is a full-fledged 147-pound fighter. Now, of course, outside of training camp and before fights, Mikey Garcia walks around looking at about 160, 60 or so pounds. Nonetheless, coming into the ring, he is the smaller fighter. You see what I'm saying as far as ring resumes is concerned. Now, of course, Mikey Garcia is more experienced than Sergey Lipinets, 13-0 with 10 KOs, but he has a very good amateur background, and also he's been in a lot of wars. these fights, even though he won, there's been a lot going on. And also the good thing about Sergey Lipinets is you can see a good portion of all of these fights, if not all of them, on the internet, whether it's YouTube or Daily Motion. So this fight right here I was at against Okihiro Kondo, where he won that IBF title. People thought that he was going to get babied and, like have some not tune-ups, but, top 15 IBF fights, whatever the case may have been, and pretty much padded his record. No, he goes right into Mikey Garcia. So people are looking at Mikey Garcia like, oh, Mikey Garcia is just trying to cherry pick off the new champion. He shouldn't be fighting a dude like that. He should be fighting Lomachenko, yada, 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 yada. Right? So Sergey Lipinets, his Twitter fingers, or whoever handles his Twitter, has been talking like gangster shit. Like, yo, I've been ready for this. These fighters out here, these champions, taking these bullshit fights. I'm trying to take some real tough fights, as a champion. Shout out to him, And let's go look one more time at his resume. Now, look. He's even fought, comparing on how you look at it. Remember, anything over 140, whether it's 140.1, whether it's you or your opponent, is over the 140 pound limit, is 147. So he's had plenty fights over the 140 pound division. And if you look at it, Mikey Garcia started, I know it's 126, but did he fight at 122? 126. Remember, former 126-pound champion. Where is it at? Right here. Juan Manuel Lopez. I remember he got knocked down by Roman Chocolatito. Roman Martinez. He got that belt from Dejan Zlotakanin. That's that WBC title we were talking about earlier. And the Adrian Broner fight, even though the WBC diamond was on the line, it really didn't mean nothing, Oh, and where is it at? 130, the 130-pound championship right here. So 126, against Toledo, Juan Manuel Lopez, 130. 135, Dejan Zlotakanin, and then Sergey Lipinets, if he wins, it would be a 4-division title. So let's go watch this real quick. And we're going to talk about Jorge Linares and Lomachenko, and if Mikey Garcia will be fighting them if he wins against Sergey Lipinets.
I'm not overlooking Hesta, but what's a bigger fight for you, Mikey or Loma?
Well, first maybe Lomachenko in 135, and then in 140, why not Mikey Garcia?
It looks like that's going to be maybe a little difficult, being that he might make a jump to 147 to fight Errol Spence Jr. If you caught wind of his desires to fight, is Lipinets, you, and then Spence Jr. But what did you make of his statements when he said that?
I don't know right now because I'm that way. And I don't think I moved to 147.
No, Mikey
Garcia, yeah, with Spencer. It's good fight. It's good fight. It's no easy fight for Mikey Garcia and Spencer too. But you never know. I saw in Instagram right now Figueroa have fight with Broner. What is that? But you never know. Boxing is boxing. So imagine. Maybe next year or this year I have fight with Broner or Mikey Garcia or Spencer in a future, in 147. You never know, but boxing is boxing.
Jorge, now that
So I'm wondering, as you can see, I was going through the Twitters. Now you see here, Lomachenko says, "White tweet has signed a contract. I'm waiting." Was there a contract sent to Jorge Linares? And how does this affect Mikey Garcia? Well, if Mikey Garcia doesn't get Jorge Linares next, then he has some options here. For example, at 140, he can fight the winner of Prograis versus Victor Postol. Prograis versus Victor Postol, which is happening March the 9th. Same thing for Sergey Lipinets. If he beats Mikey Garcia, he can fight, one of those guys. You have Barthélemy versus Ralock happening. That they can say that'll be a unification. You even got the winner of Terry Flanagan versus Maurice Hooker. Now, all these fights, even the Amir Imam versus Jose Ramirez, all of these fights are happening at the same time. Remember, these are all belts that Terrence Crawford has vacated to move up. The reason why his name is still up here is because I have to update my rankings, which I'm going to do likely next week when all of the rankings come out. So as you can see, all these belts and all these fighters I named, are all fighting, like soon or within all the same, spans. So for Mikey Garcia, he has these options at 140 pounds if he can get, a Jorge Linares, which it seems as though he was banking on for the summer of 2018, and then he's still champion at 135 pounds. So depending on what, I'm sure that the WBC wouldn't strip him or Linares if Linares decided, with his WBA and WBC championship to fight Lomachenko. Now, Linares' team, Golden Boy Promotions, and they've already said, to Bob Bram, or at least Oscar De La Hoya did, to tell Bob Bram to contact him. So there's so many different ways they can go, but that was a little update on what's going on. I'm going to be covering these fights, obviously. Also, we need help down in Texas. There's still a little time. If anybody's interested in helping out in any way, shape, or form with this fight, whether you want to go to the Fight Week media events with the workout or the media or the weigh-in, or the final press conference, contact me at info@fightview360.com or, email me at tstreetcontroversy@gmail or find me on social media. Obviously, you got to leave your name, your location, and your work schedule because these events take place in the daytime. You see what I'm saying? And also for the people who have contacted me, trust me, I'm taking off the end of this week, the last few days of this week to get back to all you guys. Remember, it's February the 6th right now. So I'm taking off the end of this week to take care of a lot of paperwork and everything behind the scenes and to get back to the people who have contacted me already. So just leave your name, your location, where you're from, your work schedule. And also you have to understand that you're going to be interacting with multi-million-dollar celebrities, promoters, managers. You might even end up on TV. So you got to dress accordingly and act accordingly, of course, So I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.